How is the music, you guys? Can you hear me or is it too loud? So many cat adventures. There's so much sun out here. So I'm always just lying around in the sun. It's good? Okay, good. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah. Just being a lazy cat in the sun. You know I'm here for the girl gang. The girl gang. How did you enjoy the super blue moon? I did a little ritual 3 nights in a row. It was a pretty powerful moon, huh? You an angel or devil? Both, obviously. Yeah, I've played around with the Goetia, Solomon's demons. Thank you, Haiba. Yeah, I know a whole bunch of planets are in retrograde. Makes sense why I'm going through a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, you saw the Isis video. What did you guys think? What do you think about the story of Isis and the theft of knowledge? Yay, I'm glad you like the memes. I love memes. I am the queen of meme harvesting, okay? Gotta love Salman Rushdie. Thank you. I'll show it to you guys later, maybe. I'll stand up and show it to you. Yeah, there's a difference between Isis and Ishtar, but I didn't want I didn't want TikTok to censor Isis. You hadn't heard it. Well, there are more stories. There's another story about how she tricks Ra into giving her his power, actually. And I don't know enough about Norse mythology. I know a little bit, but not a lot. I need to learn more. Yay, you liked the video. So what did you guys think about the knowledge that Isis was given? You have seen, I've been a cat on the live before. OGs will remember. I know my color has returned and I'm not even dark enough yet. But at least I'm not that pasty Canadian white anymore. How is the heat? It's heating. It is heating for sure. You guys want to know we'll get into the other story in a moment. Let me just pull it up. It's always fun to read the quotes from the text. Also, if you like this playlist, it is on Spotify and it's called We're Photographers. And there's a link to all of my public playlists on my website, on my link tree. There's so many mosquitoes here. Where is the story I'm looking for? All right, y'all are going too fast. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the story of Isis and the theft of knowledge, her theft of knowledge from the gods? What does alchemy mean and where did it originate? Alchemy means alchemia, and it means the art or science of transformation, and it's Egyptian. Alchemia for Khan, which is the old name of Egypt. Alchemia, yes. Like, where do you keep it all? In my hair, obviously. All this hair, that's the knowledge. Because it doesn't fit in here. You sell any merch? No. But I sell a course. If you want to know more stories like this one, like the Isis story, Bible stories, Greek myth stories, and how they all tie in and how they all appear in the tarot and how they all appear symbolically, you can take my course. Tell us more about the theft of knowledge. So I just told you guys that that's not the only story of Isis. There are many more, and another one about her theft of knowledge is when she steals the knowledge from her father, Ra. Should we tell that story? Hey, Lex! How are you? Ha, yes, please. Hey, good, tell the story. What alchemy is practical today? Psychological alchemy. Psycho-spiritual alchemy. Reaping what you sow in terms of your thoughts and what you tell yourself. Ultimately the secret that Amnayel is telling Isis is, if you think of riches, then you will create riches. Thoughts of riches will create more thoughts of riches. Thoughts of peace will create more thoughts of peace. Thoughts of sorrow will create more thoughts of sorrow. Fixation will create more fixation. Monetizing views, sure, but I can't do that because I'm Canadian. Say hey to my brother. Say hi, brother Twitchy. Twitchy, bro.
Am I a wizard because you're a witch now?
Technically, you're a witch.
Oh, people saying hi.
It's gender neutral. Hey. Everybody's saying hey to you.
Tell them I say hello.
He says hey. I know the imposters are a small nation of scammers who steal my videos. And blah, blah, blah. We know this. You know, we've talked about this so many times. I'm so tired of it. Instagram does nothing, but you'll know from Instagram, at least you'll know from the verification check that that's me. And also, if you haven't already, please go follow me on Instagram. I share lots of great memes on there. Psychological alchemy it's not manifestation. Manifestations, at least in my opinion, is just such a silly word because what life is manifestation. Life is the manifest. You are the manifest. Your life is what is manifest. Everything around you is your unconscious material manifest. And at the end of the day, everybody is playing a part in the great cosmic song. So as much as you might think that you're imposing your will on the world, I just don't think you are. I don't think that that's a thing. I think that there's a great cosmic song and we all play a part in it, and it knows, you know, what note it wants to play. It doesn't make mistakes. You should just let it do what it wants to do with you. You know? Yeah, exactly, Lewis. A human is the manifestation of light. Yeah. Of source, the light of God, the light of the cosmos. It is us. It is us. We are the manifest. Are we do we want to talk about love right now? What is your opinion about one-sided love? Do we want to talk about love? No, I'm with you, Chrissy. I've been going through it with love. Hey, baby. Hi, you. Now. شو بدك؟ انت. Okay, خلص طفلة. انت now. Love talk, the story of Ra. You can be love, you don't have love. She is talking. She is talking. She doesn't want to talk about love. She said, nah. You're Arab. What's an Arab, Muhammad? Like revenge. I don't know. I can't tell you if it brings bad karma, but I can tell you that it won't get you anywhere. Revenge doesn't do you any good. It's not going to bring you the closure you think it is. It's not going to bring you the peace that you think it will. Revenge is poison. Getting revenge is like complaining about the government. It's literally just drinking of the poison. You drink of the poison and you expect the other person to be hurt. You expect the other person to die. Like when you complain about the government, like when you complain about anything that's out of your control, it's literally just you drinking the poison and expecting the other to die of it. But you're the one that's dying. You're the one that's getting sick. You're the one that's getting hurt. أي لهجة عربية تتكلمين؟ ما بحكي عربي. I don't speak Arabic. Bibi, شو بدك? I don't believe in revenge. I believe in karma. I don't believe in anything. My bloodline is from this here earth, my good sir. And no, I am not religious in any way. Except for music, maybe, and curiosity. I am religiously quite curious, if that counts. And I believe in garlic. And probably cheese. Thank you. Should I get up and show it to you guys? Do you guys want to see it top to bottom? Yes, they want to see the dress. Yes, baby. Shubik. Now. Here we go. Now. Okay. This is the dress. Yes, you. Yes. Sure. Okay. So this is the dress. Sorry, you guys. I just kind of ditched you for the kitty. But that's the dress. Actually, to be honest with you, TikTok made me buy this dress. I found it on TikTok and it was like a buy one get one free kind of deal. Yours is so cute. And it has pockets! Yeah, it has pockets. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you like it. I love it. It's so comfy too, and it has pockets, which is, yes, of course, we love pockets. We love pockets on a dress, always. The type of war when they start wars over. That's what I tell my kittens. It is a pretty color. I got this one, and a red one. The red one is super cute as well. What is your nationality? I don't have a nation. I was actually born at sea, and no one could decide within what borders I was. So I have no nation. I have no nationality. I know, right? It's the corset action for me too. Heavily inspired by my dad. The dress is from TikTok. Some account on TikTok pushed it my way over and over, and I was like, okay, this is the dress for me. I get it. I get it. I am a sea person. My nation is the ocean. I know, me too. I've never ordered anything from something I saw as like an ad on TikTok, but this dress was so cute. I was like, you know what? If this is even nearly as cute as it looks on these videos, then it's going to be fantastic. Y'all, what is an Arab? What is an Arab? Now, before we keep talking about me, even though I'm very, very interesting, let's talk about how Isis stole knowledge from her father, Ra. How she tricked him, actually, into giving her his power. And what this story really represents, the one I'm about to tell you, is that shift that I told you about in the video. If you saw the video that I last posted today about Isis and how she stole knowledge from the gods, you'll remember that I said that the late Egyptian religion shifted away from the veneration of the masculine sun god to the feminine moon. Oh my God, what is up with my hair? To the feminine moon goddess, Isis. And what happened was that over time, she started to acquire the different characteristics of different gods until she became the highest of goddesses. Okay? Now, the political order before the rise of the cult of Isis was of Ra, the sun god. Okay? And sometimes he's called Aten or Akhenaten, I think was the name of the king that tried to venerate the sun as a single god. But this story is about how it's a symbolic representation of the shift of power from Ra to Isis. Amen Ra, yes, thank you. The shift from Ra to Isis in a more literal way, because in this story, she actually tricks Ra into giving her the power. So what happens is, are we ready? Are we ready to hear this story? Tell me when you're ready, and let's go. Okay, all the OGs are ready. Pythagoras is not ready. All right, let's go for it. Let's go. This is the story of how Isis tricked her father, Ra, into giving her his secrets. At some point in his old age, after having ruled for years and years and years, the sun god Ra became old and senile. And he just wasn't able to rule in the way that he used to. He wasn't able to carry on as powerfully as before. So Isis, one day, when she heard that he was out for a little walk, decided to put a poisonous snake in his path. And while he was walking, it found him and it bit him. and he became poisoned and very ill. At that time, it was known that the power of the male god, the power of the masculine, or of any man really who worked for God or who represented God or God himself, a man's power was in his name, his secret name. So Ra is the name that we know, but he gets his power from a secret name. And this might remind you of our, Judeo-Christian, can't say my name, blah, blah, blah. Wonder where they got that idea from. Anyways, a man's secret name is his mana. It's his soul, his life power, essentially. This is from a Greek transcription of an ancient Egyptian myth. The Codex Marcianus are the Greek translations of the ancient Egyptian myths. Okay? So, in the ancient Egyptian, it was known that a man's power, and even a god's power, or a god on earth's power, lay in his secret name. And the secret name is the mana. It's the soul. It's the life force of the man. So Isis needed to know the secret name. So like I said, she put a poisonous snake in his path. She let it bite him, and he got really sick. So when he was laying in his deathbed, Isis came to him with what? A cure that she concocted out of the snake she had set in his path. Being very cunning and clever, Isis, before setting that snake in his path, had already extracted the cure, and no one had it except for her. So she poisoned Ra with a snake that only she had the cure for the venom of, so that she could get his name, right? So one day she came to her father while he was on his deathbed, and she offered to cure him. She said, you know, Daddy, I actually happen to have the cure for what you're going through. I have exactly what you need to feel better. And Ra was like, yes, baby, give it to me. Give it to me, please. I feel awful. And she said, okay, but only after you tell me your secret name. Now, Ra didn't want to give his secret name, but he was also dying and he was in pain, right? So he couldn't really stand up against this blackmail. And eventually he broke down, gave her his name. And from that moment on, the text says, from that moment on, she had the power of the sun god. And note that up until now, all of the feminine goddesses are associated with cows, the moon, the stars, the different phases of the moon. No feminine goddess, no goddess has had the power of the sun until Isis tricks her father into giving it to her. So that is the symbolic story representing the shift of political religious power from the masculine to the feminine. And exactly, the sun being the ultimate power, the masculine giving up his role as the sun to the feminine so that she becomes the sun. And for the late Egyptian period, it is Isis who is worshipped as the highest of the gods. Isis is the sun. Isis is the stars, the moon, the sun. She's nature. She's everything. She is a great cosmic feminine goddess that encapsulates all the powers of the gods, including the power of her own father, whom she cheated the secret name out of. Don't you just love that? I love stories of cunning and cleverness. You know, Lawrence, Ishtar would be definitely a chthonic goddess. Isis is not Ishtar. They're different. I was using that in the captions so that I wouldn't get censored for Isis. Pythagoras asked, where is this documented? The Codex Marcianus. If you watched my last video on Isis and Eve and the theft of knowledge, it's referenced there. And you can find a PDF of it really anywhere. Or you can read Alchemy and Introduction by Mary Louise von France, because she also like summarizes these stories in her book, and she makes the alchemical connections, the psycho-spiritual or psycho-magical connections. So yeah, that is the story. What do you guys think? I love stories of women being cunning and clever and, you know, tricking male rulers who think they're all that into giving up their power, giving up their name, giving up their secrets. Kind of like the servant woman in the Arabian Nights in the 40 Thieves. 1 second. Good for her kind of story. Yeah. Outsmarting the men 100%. I love it. Yeah, not Scheherazade. Scheherazade is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love the frame story of the Arabian Nights, and I especially love Scheherazade because I have been called Scheherazade a lot in my life because I tell a lot of stories and I know a lot of stories. But one of the stories within the story of the Arabian Nights is Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. And in Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, there's a servant girl who essentially is the one to save Ali Baba from the 40 Thieves. And she does it by being clever and cunning. The cat is in the house. Yes, I'm right here. Meow. Who has the right to write the history of God? Everyone, write your own history of God. Write your God. Write your religion for yourself. If anything, no one has the right to tell you the story of your God. You are the only one who can tell the story of your God and your religion. How many sheep? Too many. No one has the right to write. Everyone has the right to write. Have you come across any text that talks about what God was doing before he created everything? Yes. This one. Who has read this book? This is the book that talks about what was before God. What was before the concept of God? Yes, Lao Tzu. It's the Tao Te Ching. Yes, it does. Matrix. Maybe reread it. I've read it like 30 times this year alone. I pretty much have the book memorized. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. No one should ever come at me with facts or corrections, okay? Never. If you've seen any of my videos at this point, you should know better than to tell me I'm wrong. Not to mention that I'm a Virgo. Like what? Literally my job. Okay? Yes, I agree. Definitely one of the most... If you read nothing else in this life, if you read nothing else but this book, that's it. That's all you need. Just read this book. I'm right even when proven otherwise, okay? As a Virgo. But yeah. Yes, it is on Amazon. I got it from Amazon, and this is a great copy. I love this translation. I love it. I adore it. If you read nothing else in your entire life but this book, you will have done yourself a great service. Okay? Believe me. Trust me when I say. If there is a book that I could say I follow in terms of like a life philosophy, it's this book. When I'm confused, it's this book. When I'm upset, it's this book. This is the yellow version. It's translated by John H. MacDonald. But yeah, it's this book. This book and The Prophet by Gibran Khalil Gibran. And if I had to choose a third, the Bhagavad Gita. 3 books. If you read nothing else in this life, you will have everything that you need and more. The Tao Te Ching, The Prophet, and the Bhagavad Gita. The Prophet is also one of my favorites. I haven't read Be Here Now, but I've heard of it. Thank you guys for all the happy birthdays. You're so sweet. Thank you for the crown. Thank you for all of the gifts and love. And guys, if you haven't already, please go follow me on Instagram. I share lots of fun stuff and memes. I share lots of memes. If you like to laugh, If you want to know what my humor is like, follow me on Instagram. Yeah, it was 2 days ago on the 4th. All right, let me read this just first page for you. Okay? Yes, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. Kavatriya. No, the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and the Tao Te Ching. Those are the only books you'll ever need. Ever. All right, check this out. For those of us who haven't read this. The Tao that can be described is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be spoken is not the eternal name. The nameless is the boundary of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of creation. Free from desire, you can see the hidden mystery. By having desire, you can only see what is visibly real. Yet mystery and reality emerge from the same source. This source is called darkness. Darkness born from darkness, the beginning of all understanding. When people see things as beautiful, ugliness is created. When people see things as good, evil is created. Being and non-being produce each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short define each other. High and low oppose each other. Before and after follow each other. Therefore, the master can act without doing anything, can teach without saying a word. Things come her way, and she does not stop them. Things leave, and she lets them go. She has without possessing. She acts without any expectations. When her work is done, she takes no credit. That is why it will last forever. If you overesteem talented individuals, people will become overly competitive. If you overvalue possessions, people will begin to steal. Do not display your treasures, or people will become envious. The master leads by emptying people's minds, filling their bellies, weakening their ambitions, and making them become strong. Preferring simplicity and freedom from desires, avoiding the pitfalls of knowledge and wrong action. For those who practice not doing, everything will fall into place. The Tao is like an empty container. It can never be emptied and can never be filled. Infinitely deep, it is the source of all things. It dulls the sharp, unties the knotted, shades the lighted, and unites all of creation with dust. It is hidden, but always present. I don't know who gave birth to it, but it is older than the concept of God. For whoever was trying to correct this Virgo. Heaven and earth are impartial. They treat all of creation as straw dogs. The master doesn't take sides. She treats everyone like a straw dog. The space between heaven and earth is like a bellows. It is empty, yet has not lost its power. The more it is used, the more it produces. The more you talk of it, the less you comprehend. It is better not to speak of things you don't understand. The spirit of emptiness is immortal. It is called the Great Mother because it gives birth to heaven and earth. It is like a vapor, barely seen but always present. Use it effortlessly. The Tao of heaven is eternal, and the earth is long enduring. Why are they long enduring? They do not live for themselves. Thus, they are present for all beings. The master puts herself last and finds herself in the place of authority. She detaches herself from all things. Therefore, she is united with all things. She gives no thought to self. She is perfectly fulfilled. The supreme good is like water, which benefits all creation without trying to compete with it. It gathers in unpopular places. Thus, it is like the Tao. The location makes the dwelling good. Depth of understanding makes the mind good. A kind heart makes the giving good. Integrity makes the government good. Accomplishment makes your labors good. Proper timing makes the decision good. Only when there is no competition will we all live in peace. What if I am the big J? What if I am the big J and I'm walking into your life right now? What are you gonna do? It is easier to carry an empty cup than one that is filled to the brim. The sharper the knife, the easier it is to dull. The more wealth you possess, the harder it is to protect. Pride brings its own trouble. When you have accomplished your goal, simply walk away. That is the pathway to heaven. Nurture the darkness of your soul until you become whole. Can you do this and not fail? Can you focus your life breath until you become supple as a newborn child? While you cleanse your inner vision, will you be found without fault? Can you love people and lead them without forcing your will onto them. When heaven gives and takes away, can you be content with the outcome? When you understand all things, can you step back from your own understanding? Giving birth and nourishing, making without possessing, expecting nothing in return. To grow, yet not to control. This is the mysterious virtue. All right, last one. 30 spokes are joined together in a wheel, but it is the center whole that allows the wheel to function. We mold clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that makes the vessel useful. We fashion wood for a house, but it is the emptiness inside that makes it livable. We work with the substantial, but the emptiness is what we use. Okay, now this is the last. This is a good one. Ani uhev uton. Okay. Emptiness. Emptiness is good. You can't fill an already full cup, and an empty cup is easier to carry than a cup filled to the brim. 5 colors blind the eye. 5 notes deafen the ear. 5 flavors make the palate go stale. Too much activity deranges the mind. Too much wealth causes crime. The master acts on what she feels, not what she sees. She shuns the latter and prefers to seek the former. All right, let's stop there. We can just keep going forever. Ali la yafa, ana yafa, ana ktir yafa. I mean, I kind of have a cult, but it's a cult that's not a cult. It's the Twitchyverse. If you aren't in my Discord already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go join the Discord. Go join the Twitchyverse. We're actually reading Alchemy, an introduction for book club. How can you join? Go to my website, twitchy-witch.com, and there is a link that says Twitchyverse Discord, and you can just join. And what I mean by a cult that's not a cult is because I will never, ever tell you what to think. And the Twitchyverse isn't about me and what I think or my religion or my dogma, because I don't have a religion or a dogma. So I'll never tell you what to think. I'll never ask you to, pay me any tributes or worship me. It's really just a space for people to hang out, just like-minded people who enjoy alchemy, symbolism, religion, mythology, philosophy, genuine people who want to be part of a genuine community, who genuinely want to work on themselves, like that. That's what the Twitchyverse is. It's a really cool place. That is what I can say. Christianity is a cult, though. And I mean, if you would like, you can consider becoming a patron if you'd like to support my work, if you'd like to support the community and the community activities that we do. I would deeply appreciate your support as a patron, obviously. You can book a one-on-one session with me, or you can take my course, my tarology course, which is a symbology and lore course, using the tarot to tie all the different lore together. My religion is curiosity, Robert. Curiositism. That is my religion. How do you learn all of this? I've been reading since I was like a year old. Yeah. ايه بعرف في كذا حدا هيك في كذا حدا عم بينصب باسم حسابي بعرف. There's a lot. I'm Twitchy Witch on Instagram, same handle, Twitchy Witch. My Arabic, I don't speak Arabic. What do you mean? هتنشي علي؟ انت اللي هتنشي علي. Yeah, there's also a link on my TikTok profile. Thank you for that. I just opened a random page. Do you want to hear it? It's actually one of my favorite pages. Why even ask? I mean, I am magic. Duh. He said, have you ever tried magic? Have you ever tried me? No. Let's read this one. Know the masculine, but keep to the feminine, and become a watershed to the world. I'm going to repeat that. Know the masculine, but keep to the feminine, and become a watershed to the world. If you embrace the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you become as a little child. Know the white, yet keep to the black. Be a model for the world. The Tao, if you are a model for the world, the Tao inside you will strengthen, and you will return whole to your eternal beginning. Know the honorable, but do not shun the disgraced, embracing the world as it is. If you embrace the world with compassion, then your virtue will return to you, the uncarved block. The block of wood is carved into utensils by carving void into the wood. The master uses the utensils, yet prefers to keep to the block because of its limitless possibilities. Great works do not involve discarding substance. I love that one so much. That's actually one of my favorites in the whole book. Here's another good one. The best leaders are those that the people hardly know exist. The next best is a leader who is loved and praised. Next comes the one who is feared, and the worst one is the leader who is despised. If you don't trust people, people will become untrustworthy. The best leaders value their words and use them sparingly. When the master has accomplished her task, the people say, amazing, we did it all by ourselves. If you don't trust people, people will become untrustworthy. You have a certain energy. The best leaders are those that the people hardly know exist. The next best is a leader who is loved and praised. Next comes the one who is feared. And the worst is the leader who is despised. Know the masculine, but embrace the feminine. Become a watershed to the world. As in, hold space. Hold space for people. Hold space for the world. Hold space for reality to be what it is. Hold space for people to be themselves around you. Hold space for the government to fuck up and fall apart. Hold space, most of all for each other. Be a watershed to the world. Last one. Shalom. It's not hard to hold space if you're empty. Oof. Exactly, Ninurta. 1000%. One of the lines in here is empty your mind of all thoughts and allow your heart to fall into the tranquility of peace. It is about being empty, about doing nothing, about practicing patience and passivity. The highest and most difficult of actions is non-action. Nothing is harder to do than not doing. Can you do it? Sounds easy, but can you do it? If you want to become whole, first let yourself become broken. If you want to become straight, first let yourself be twisted. If you want to become full, first let yourself become empty. If you want to become new, first let yourself become old. Those whose desires are few, get them. Those whose desires are great, go astray. For this reason, the Master embraces the Tao as an example for the world to follow. Because she isn't self-centered, people can see the light in her. Because she doesn't boast of herself, she becomes a shining example. Because she does not glorify herself, she becomes a person of merit. Because she wants nothing from the world cannot overcome her. Let that one really sink in. Because she wants nothing from the world cannot overcome her. I love this book so much. It's always in my bag. It's always in my purse. I've literally read it like 30 times this year alone. The Tao Te Ching. Oh, you should definitely get it. Don't read anything else. Just read this book. That's all. Don't read any other books. This is it. This is enough. I mean, the OG version is in ancient Chinese, so no. Yes. Go to Discord. I do have to go, you guys. I'm pretty tired. It's already 11:30. It's the Tao Te Ching. It is a lot to digest. You need to read it over and over and over. I have it pretty much memorized at this point. But you guys are awesome. This was a lot of fun. If you haven't, please go follow me on Instagram. Definitely come join the Discord. We always have amazing conversations in there, and we always have events going on. We have a film club, a book club. There's trivia night every Sunday and sometimes other nights. Tarot circle. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We're always doing stuff. So you don't have to be active. Just, consider joining. It's just a great community of people. there's lots of cool people to meet, and lots of people have met and met up, and it's just a nice vibe. It's just a really nice vibe. It's a genuinely great community. So yeah, consider joining us, consider becoming a patron and supporting me in, doing all of the stuff for the community and making videos and all of that. And keep a lookout. I'm going to publish my master's thesis soon. I'm turning it into like a little book so that I don't get in trouble for publishing it with my university. So that's going to be available soon, as well as the novel that I've been working on. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I mean, that's one of my favorite books of all time. Yes, curiosity is the religion. Always. Nothing else. No beliefs except for curiosity. And yes, I am going to be recording it as an audiobook for patrons. So if you're interested in getting audiobooks and stuff from me, consider becoming a patron. I did The Little Prince a few weeks ago. That's up for patrons now, as well as some of the Arabic articles that I write for Al-Akhbar. I translate them and then record them for patrons. Also get early access to YouTube videos, edited lives, secret channels on Discord exclusively for patrons. All that fun stuff. Go to my website, the website linked on my profile, and click Twitchy first Discord. It should work. Okay? And everything else is also there on my website. If you want to take my course on all of the lore and symbolism and how it appears in the tarot, and how you can use all of the different mythologies to read tarot the way that I read tarot, you can also check that out. It's a teachable course. It's a really big course, and it's going to be consistently growing. So if you buy it now, you do get access to all of the future material that I'm going to be continuing to add. And most of all, please go follow me on Instagram. Help me reach 21K. I think we're at 20K now. I don't need Teachable. What do you mean? There's so much material on there. I was thinking of making an alchemy course as well, but it's just so similar to the tarot. Like, the alchemy book is Alchemy: An Introduction by Mary-Louise von France. We're reading it right now for book club. And if you go onto the Discord and you go into the book coven, you'll find a PDF to it, to the book that we're reading, to Alchemy: An Introduction. So yeah, consider joining. There's a bunch of different things you can join, you can sign up for, a bunch of free things, and a bunch of different ways that you can support me if you want to. My book is also available on my website, Quickies, a book of alchemical thoughts. And I am working on a podcast. I'm working on it. The real account is the one with 20,000 followers. That's me. You guys are amazing. Hope I see you on Instagram. That's where I share all the memes and stories. And, sometimes I do like free card pulls on the new moon and full moon and stuff. So yeah, just go to my website and check out all the things and see what you like, and definitely join the Discord. It is so much fun. You're fantastic. You guys are awesome. I love you. I'm obsessed with you. And I'll see you again soon. Know the masculine, but keep to the feminine, and become a watershed. The block of wood is carved into utensils by carving void into the wood. The master uses the utensils, yet prefers to keep to the block. Great works do not involve discarding substance. I love that one so much. That's actually one of my favorites in the whole book.